Stop doing what? What should I tell them to stop doing today that's gonna hurt them because they've been brainwashed by the interwebs? A major stretch you've got to stop doing are the knees to chest stretch for low back pain relief. Yes, I said it. The knees to chest stretch is garbage. That's it. Thanks for watching. I want to show you the stretch that you shouldn't be doing, right? And I'm gonna give you some alternative solutions to one of the worst stretches that you could be doing for low back pain relief. If you are new here, I teach exercise strategies for low back pain relief, specifically for people who have chronic low back pain or people who are trying to navigate getting out of pain. They want to work out, they want to do it pain-free, they have no place to go. This is what I do. I ruptured my L5-S1 disc. I've been diagnosed with degenerative discs above that site, and I'm pain-free. I walk and stand and sit here in front of you today, and I teach you how to do it using strategic exercise, what I call the SMART strength method. I have a whole video that I tell you about my step-by-step strategy of using exercise and the biggest mistakes that you're making when it comes to that. Link is in the comment section below. You can go to fitnessforbackpain.com/exercise workshop. Check it out. Guys, and I have a special invitation for you, right? I'm just starting to open this up. It's brand new. Not a lot of people know about it, but you. Stay to the end, okay? If you watch all the way to the end, you can just fast forward it. If you don't like what I'm talking about, just fast forward it, go to the end, and there's an invitation that I'm gonna give you. It's absolutely free to a special group that I know you're gonna see massive amounts of value from. Stay to the end, make sure you find what that special gift is, and take action on it, seriously. So let's first talk about why you shouldn't do the knees to chest stretch for low back pain relief. One is we're talking about a stability and an instability issue, right? If you have low back tightness, low back pain, and you're like, man, when I pull my knees to my chest, I get some relief in my lower back, you are an idiot, William. You'll know what you're talking about. The lumbar spine, the lumbar area, it needs stability. It wants stability to have a pain-free environment for you, right? So what we do, due to a lot of other reasons why you're navigating low back pain, and one of what I call your protection mechanism, this is when your body is responding to a stimulus, is responding to an issue that you may have in your low back, into your habits, into your lifestyle, and it's responding by wanting to protect that lower back area. So what happens is this sensation of tightness is presented in the form of stiffness, in the form of like, oh God, and you're all jacked up and tight and stuff like that. So you're like, by golly, I'm gonna stretch that son of a gun. So you start stretching it, and one of the go-tos when you Google it is the knees to chest stretch for the pain. So our first response is to start stretching it and bringing your knees to your chest to get that lower back, to force it to stretch. Feels great. You get up and you're kind of like, whoa, like it's kind of nice. But then it's not nice because in 25 to 30 minutes, you're back in the same boat. So it gives you short-term relief for a bigger long-term issue, right? So the goal is to A, get away from stretching, right? B, think more stability, think more strength in the lower back versus let's just stretch it. Because I had the sensation of tightness, therefore if I had the sensation of tightness, facts should be that my low back is actually tightened. The muscles are shortened, and it's usually not the case. And if you have tried the knees to chest stretch out for your low back pain relief, and it has not been successful, I want to encourage you to try some different approaches. Now, there's a few things that you can try, and I'm gonna set you up here on the floor and show you some different aspects. One aspect is gonna be simply the position or how you're stretching this area, right? If you do try the knees to chest and you're cranking on both knees, you're sitting here like this, and you're like, oh yeah, this feels great. And then you get up and you're like, oh man, 30 minutes later, I'm in pain. I wanna share with you an easier version of this, something that's a little bit more forgiving on your low back if you must do this stretch. If this is a lifesaver for you and you're like, bump it, you're dumb, I'm not giving it up, at least try this one instead. So what I try to do is, the idea, again, we're trying to add a little bit of relief to the tension in the lower back. What I suggest you do is take one leg and drop it down. I smacked the wrong leg. This leg and drop it down. This is gonna keep your pelvis in almost like this neutral position. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of aggressively trying to grab both of these, tilt back so far that I'm tilting my pelvis, I'm lifting my pelvis up off the ground to stretch my lower back. Instead of doing that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one leg and I'm gonna bring it in, okay? This is gonna help you stretch this entire groin, butt, glute, low back area a little bit less aggressively, and it also prevents you from cranking too far, right? Because if my leg's coming up like this, you got some super tight hip flexors, or you're just yanking too far. You're pulling back too much. Relax, take a deep breath, try to relax the area, and just gently pull in and out of that tension. This is as much stretching as I think anybody needs to really be doing. Knees to chest, way too aggressive. Now, some other things that I'd like for you to address is putting stretching honestly aside and looking at strengthening, right? We talked about how the lower back could be stiff and tight due to weaknesses in some areas and maybe tightness in others. One specific area, I'm just gonna talk to you about it. There's lots of videos that I can link up here about core training, some exercises that I suggest you can do. Oftentimes we have like this agonist and antagonist or cross syndrome that we're dealing with when it comes to chronic low back tightness, right? A common thing that you see with people who have a excessively chronically tight low back are tight hip flexors, right? And then also with those same people, you see a weak or relaxed stomach or weak or relaxed glute. Their activation is just not there. They can use their butt muscles, but not to the point where they actually should be to help balance out the hip and take some of the load off of the lower back. A simple hip flexor stretch that you can do that I approve of when it comes to low back pain is this. When you're getting into position, I'm gonna show you, I want you to focus mainly on my hip here because that's the most important part. So what I'm gonna do, one leg up. The key with this stretch here is I'm going to tilt my pelvis under, right? So I'm squeezing my glutes, trying to almost flatten out my lower back some, and I'm gonna pull and bring my groin up, okay? By doing that, you should already feel tightness here. If that is you, simply holding this position right here and playing around with the position of your upper body, such as like leaning this way, or I'm leaning this way some, and I'm gonna feel this stretch all up into here. If this is you, and you don't have to do anything other than squeeze your butt and tilt your pelvis under, that's a good sign that your hip flexors might need some extra attention. Now, if this is not enough, if you're like, I'm tucking my butt, not really feeling a stretch here, what I would suggest you do is tucking, stretching, and then just simply leaning forward, right? So I'm not slamming back this way. See this big banana that I'm creating back here? You don't want that. Tilt your pelvis under, you're squeezing your butt, posterior tilting your butt. And I'm just gonna shift this way just a little bit, just a little tiny bit. And that's gonna hit that hip flexor and you can hang out. I don't suggest you sitting here for 3 minutes straight doing this, but if you wanna go in and out, the key is to maintain control. Like you don't wanna like overstretch it or be super aggressive with stretching a muscle, especially if you don't do a lot of stretching to begin with. You don't wanna just start cranking on muscles to try to get relief from it. Now, the other aspect to it is the core strengthening. So you've got the hip flexors trying to relax. Now strengthen your core and your glutes. Now there's some great exercises that you can do, but some of my favorite core exercises for targeting this area that are safe on the lower back are stir the pots. Multiple variations of planks. You can do farmer's carry, single arm, double arm. You can do warrior presses. All of these videos are here on my YouTube channel. I will add some core training exercises and some videos on this video here, so I'm not just gonna leave you hanging. You'll have some resources to go to when it comes to core strength. So you've got the hip flexor, releasing, give some space there, strengthen the glutes. There's a video here, I'll link it below for an awesome glute training exercises. I don't wanna bore you here with more of that if I already have a video for you. So I will link that up so you can watch that video. Strengthen your core, strengthen your glutes, stretch your hip flexors, and then come back and talk to me. Stop doing the knees to chest stretch for low back pain relief. Just stop. Don't do it anymore. Do what I told you. Try it out. I want to invite you to my private Facebook coaching community, right? It's a relief strategy community that I designed on Facebook. It's private. You can ask to be in it. There's a few questions to get into it, but I just want to kind of see where you're at and what you're doing as far as your strategy now. And you're a part of a group that's actually talking about exercise and getting out of pain using the strategies that I talk about a lot here on this channel here and at fitnessforbackpain.com. So I'll leave a link to that below as well. Hunt for it, you'll find it, join it, be a part of the community. I wanna know, do you like the knees to chest stretch? Do you do this often? Is it something that you tend to use in your own relief strategy? If it is, leave a comment below. Make sure you hit the like button for this video. It really helps out, guys. I'm trying to reach as many people as I can who have chronic low back pain and I need your help. Hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also turn on the bell notification so when I do post a video every single week, you'll get it. And I'll see you on the next episode.